Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist and ergo coach. Welcome to another Strong Qigong. This one was an enjoyable one in the rising clouds on the side of a mountain in the Blue Ridge of Western North Carolina. We called this one Cleansing the Lungs, and it's based on a combination of Tai Chi and Qigong routines we do in Strong Qigong. We started with digging in the garden. And from digging in the garden, we went into what's known as gathering the Qi, or embracing yin and yang. From there, we went into a classic we borrowed from the Shaolin Temple Europe. You can find them on YouTube, and we call it the Shaolin bucket hold. It's where we balance on one foot and then cross and do the other foot, holding two hands as if holding two buckets of grain or buckets of water. And from there, because we always do a single leg stance in Tai Chi and Qigong and Strong Qigong, we went into a Qigong routine known as cleansing the lungs, where we actually use a visualization from a Qigong routine. From there, we finished up with a classic. This one is called the Tiger, and it's from the Five Animal Frolics. Some say the oldest series in Tai Chi and Qigong. And that's where you grasp the earth and inhale deeply, grasp the sky and inhale deeply. And it's a great way to cleanse the lungs. It was a great session together. I hope you'll join us, and I hope you will hit that like button, that notification bell. I hope you'll comment, and I hope you'll share with others, because we love having you join us with Strong Qigong. Stand as always, as we love to do in Strong Qigong, with some long, slow, deep, silent breaths. Deep and slow, quiet and even. In through the nose and out from the mouth. Hey, Buck. In through the heart and out from the mind. In through the belly, out from the chest. Extend every exhale as if you're blowing through a straw. As you do, you might invite your eyes to close so that you can focus little more on what you're doing. On the bottom of every breath, squeeze a little more air out. Let your lungs expand and contract. And when they contract, use your ribs 11 and 12 to squeeze a little more air out, just like a bellows. And we call that extending every exhale. And by doing that, you're tipping your nervous system towards the rest and digest branch. So continue to do so with long, slow, deep, silent breaths. Deep and slow, quiet and even. In through the nose and out from the mouth. In through the belly and out from the chest. In through the heart and out from the mind. Extending every exhale, as we say in Strong Qigong. The key to taking a deep breath isn't how much we draw in. The key to taking a deep breath is how much we puff out. And start to use your mind to focus on the fleeting moment where your out breath changes to the in breath, your in breath changes back to the out breath. Seek out that fleeting moment. This is what we call sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath in Strong Qigong as well. You're using your dopamine system. You're using your search molecule to make that in sharper and sharper. It's a great meditation. And after a few more breaths, if your eyes are closed, invite them to gently, slowly flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. Beautifully done. Now we'll begin our warm-ups. With the yoga neck roll, we take a deep breath in and we let our head float like a balloon on a string. Then through pursed lips, we start to let air out into the balloon. We drop our chin to our chest. When we inhale again, inhale and sweep one ear, one shoulder. We exhale and sweep across the chest. Inhale the other ear, past the other shoulder. Exhale, sweep across the chest. Inhale ear, past shoulder. And continue from side to side, calibrating our breath with our movement. This is a great way to get our interoception and proprioception moving in concert with one another. Yoga neck roll. Beautifully done. And on your next exhale, Inhale your chin back upright. Work into your shoulder girdles. Begin to loop those shoulder girdles forward and upward as you inhale. Bring them around back. Squeeze them downward and backward as you exhale. Continue to loop in this manner. You'll notice I'm actually even getting my knees involved. So if you want to make this full body breath, by all means, do so. Loop forward and upward with every inhale. Squeeze downward and back with every exhale. We call this the Dai Wei shoulder raise. It's our upper respiratory sinus and our heart center, a middle dantian. And you've involved in the game. Beautifully done. And then, on this next one, relax your shoulders. You turn your eyes towards your hand. Begin to sweep and toss your hands behind you, one after the other. Your eyes follow your hand, and your hand follows your breath. Your breath follows your mouth. This is a form of self-reeling. We call it winging. This gets the upper body in. As we turn side to side, shifting weight and turning trunk, warming up in that middle and lower respiratory sinus. Beautifully done. Then from the hands, we just do the same with our elbows. We throw each elbow back, looping back. After we do the elbows a few times, we bring it into the shoulder. Loop the shoulder blades back, side to side. Beautifully done. And now we go right to the ragdoll. Go from side to side. And this ragdoll, beautifully done. And from the ragdoll, we go into the pellet drum. We begin to slap or tap the opposite shoulder and the low back up at the top. It can be a sharp slap or a light tap, depending on what you decide you need to get. From the pellet drum, we drop into the top of the chest. So go ahead and get the top of the chest. Couple of slaps or taps. As we work our way down, we drop to the lower rib cage. We breathe the lower rib cage, those floating ribs, a slap or tap. And then finally down to the hips. We give hips a slap or tap. Beautifully done. Then we invite our hands to drift to our hips as we begin working on the lower body. Big loops. All this stirring the bone. Pelvis is a Latin word for bone, so we use that as imagery. You'll notice everything in Tai Chi and Qigong have evocative names, and that's for a reason. To use the imagination and visualization. But after you've gone in one direction, loop in the opposite direction. I always like to think of holding the bell of a wine glass, a little bit of wine at the bottom of the glass. You're just swirling it around before a nice, healthy sip, or gulp, depending on what you need. After you settle into the middle, step out a little wider and get into horse stance. You should be able to bounce lightly and easily like riding a horse. For the Great Bear swings, we take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we turn our shoulders, drop down. We inhale, we turn our shoulders, rise to pause. Exhale, turn shoulders, drop down. Inhale, rise to pause. Continue following your breath downward and upward, resting your hands anywhere that's comfortable on your thighs, and breathing from side to side. And on your next exhale, remain in horse stance. Inhale your trunk upright, and before we leave it, let's do that shifting weight on a figure eight. So you're rocking from side to side, but as you change direction, you swivel the hips into a little backward movement. Beautifully done. You'll notice this trains us to move with our dantians stacked on one another. So our lower, middle, upper dantian move in a pillar. And that's what we want to do. So this is a good warm-up to practice any time. Shifting weight on a figure eight. Well done. Now pause and bring your feet back into your square or center stance. We call it square because shoulders are usually about hip width. Shift weight to one foot. We raise the opposite heel. We do some loops with the knee, maybe inward at first. Doesn't matter because you know I'm going to ask you to do both directions. So after inward, you outward. The ankle and knee follow along obediently. As we take weight through that foot, raise the opposite heel, loop inward. And after some inward loops, a few outward loops. Beautifully done. And now we settle back into our base of support. Well done. Top to bottom, only left is the hands. We gently clasp the hands in front of the heart. We roll the wrists. That just finishes up the one part of the body we didn't get to. After you've rolled in one direction, simply pause, roll in the opposite direction. Beautifully done. And now you can relax and unlace the hands and begin Qigong breathing. While you have the hands, begin to lead with your palm. Inhaling, palms upward. Inhaling, exhaling, palms downward. Continue to rise and fall. As you do so, rising and falling, inhaling, palms up, exhaling, palms down. This is the portion where we go into our Qigong visualization. Comfortable doing so with eyes closed. Invite your eyes to close and use the full power of your own visualization. This prepares us for all that follows. It's known as cleansing the inner body. As we inhale and our palms rise up towards our middle dantian, our heart center, we imagine a glowing mist forming in the core of the earth, rising through the soles of the feet, floating through the trillions of cells of our inner galaxy, our inner body, to collect in the upper dantian, the cauldron of the mind. And as we exhale down, as the palms drop down, we imagine that glowing mist in the upper dantian forms a glowing cloud, and that glowing cloud forms a glowing rain, and that glowing rain washes down the trillions of cells of your inner galaxy, your inner body, through the soles of your feet and back down into the earth. So you're breathing into and out of the earth. Every inhale, glowing mist rises with every exhale. Glowing rain falls. And this is a classic Qigong meditation known as cleansing the inner body. It's a beautiful way to prep for all that follows. So when your hands rise again, invite them to pause at heart height in a hugging stance. With eyes closed, if you can tolerate it comfortably, this is stand like tree. This is where we take inventory of our alignment. So with long neck and light head floating up, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt down. As we do so, our spine gently stretches between them. This is known as the string of pearls in the ancient Asian literature. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm, rooted stance like a mighty oak. And our three energy centers rest peacefully on top of one another. Like three smooth river rocks, we carefully gathered, balanced, and stacked on life's river's edge. Beautifully done. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the Qi we stir. We see the dance of our warm-ups in our mind's eye, from the yoga neck roll, through those Dajue shoulder rolls, from the ragdoll, through the pellet drum, from the shifting weight on a figure eight, through the great bear swing. We see it, we feel it. And in our mind's eye, we allow our hands now to begin the slow journey down, where our thumbs cross over our belly button, where our folded fingers rest just below in the area we know lovingly. It's the cauldron of the body, the lower dantian, the seat of Qi energy. using the power of our own visualization and imagination, concentration and meditation. We blow on the embers of the cauldron of the body through closed eyes and pursed lips. We extend every exhale, and as we do, we see the embers respond and grow brighter and brighter. Extended exhale. With each deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and outward till we begin blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantian. As we blow on the embers of the middle dantian, we fill our inner galaxy, those trillions of cells we just cleansed, with light. And we inhale upward and outward, and we begin to bathe the space around us and between us. Light, warm, silk, chi. May your body be strong. May your heart be calm. If your eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as your hands begin to melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step into the center of our little boat. The hand on this side of the screen or room floats before the heart. The hand on this side covers them together. We take a deep breath in and straight. Slowly exhale and bow. And this is a gesture of mutual respect for one another. As we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for the tradition, as we exhale, our hands melt down. When we inhale again, we bring them up overhead an inch apart and slowly, deliberately exhale down our center line. This is centering the chi where we begin and end. We do one more in the Shaolin manner, bringing our palms together. We do this in deference since we borrow so much from it. We exhale only as far as the middle dantian, the heart center, as the Shaolin do. When we inhale, elbows rise and wrists straighten. When we exhale, hands melt down. We are ready. We now step out into our little boat. We unlock our knees. When we inhale, our palms up an inch apart again. Our knees float with our hands. As we exhale down, our knees melt with our hands. We continue this. This is known as sinking the chi. It's where we return again and again. We check our alignment. We make sure those three smooth river rods rest peacefully and balanced on life's river's edge. Beautifully done. That's part of sinking the chi, why we return to it again and again. It's just to check our alignment, get that string of pearls upright, get those three smooth river rocks atop one another, and you calibrate how high you reach or how low you go. This is up to you. Beautifully done. Now, on this next one, when your hands rise, invite your eyes to follow them upward and grasp a ball overhead, about a soccer ball height, and then exhale all the way down. Scoop outward and upward and inhale up. And keep this looping movement going with your breath as your eyes follow your hands follow your breath, and your breath follows your mind. This movement in Tai Chi is known as digging in the garden. And I always like to visualize standing in crystal clear salt water on a white sandy beach, and about knee-deep water dropping down, holding a child's pail, filling it full of water, raising it up and then dumping it slowly on my head all the way down, washing the bottom. You can use something just as evocative from your own imagination or visualization. Digging in the garden. Beautifully done. Now, coming up in a moment when our hands rise again, I'm going to ask you to cross wrists with a gentle fist. And as you cross your wrists, exhale as low as you can comfortably. Then do it again. Your eyes follow your hands upward, cross wrists, exhale down. This is known as gathering the Qi in Qigong. It's also known as embracing yin and yang in Tai Chi. Different names, different traditions for it. Rising with the breath and falling with the breath. Beautifully done. Now, as we continue, we'll work into our single leg stance for today on Strong Qigong. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to shift to the eastern foot. Don't worry about what direction that is. We just use east and west rather than left and right in Strong Qigong. And as we shift, we're going to raise our hands up to about shoulder height with two fists. And we'll balance on that foot for a second. And then as we exhale down, we'll pause, cross wrists, and switch to the western foot. We call this the Shaolin bucket hold. One we learned from Shaolin Temple Europe. You can follow on YouTube. And it's one of their warm-ups, a simplification of it, but nonetheless, I always like to give credit where credit is due. Prepare yourself on this next one. When you rise up, shift weight over the eastern foot, rise up like so, and then exhale, cross wrists and switch side. Inhale, and then exhale down. Follow your breath upward, follow it downward, and continue. It's okay if you're wobbly. That's why we do this, to check our balance. I'm a little wobbly on the western foot and not as wobbly on the eastern foot. It's interesting how balance works like that. We have good days and bad days. The important thing is we practice. Most important thing my teacher taught me was the transition. Always make a smooth transition from one to the other in all Tai Chi and Qigong. That's where the flow lives, in the flow state. Beautifully done. Shaolin bucket hold, we call it. On this next one, just go back to gathering the Qi. Square up, cross wrists, inhale up, gentle fist down. Beautifully done. Rise with the breath. Fall with the breath. Floating and melting, concert with the breath, harmony with each other. Beautifully done. Now, in a moment, we're going to do some Qigong. And this one, there's a series, actually. We do cleansing the inner body. You know that breath routine we just did? Well, there's a whole bunch of cleansing for different organs. This one is a favorite. We call cleansing the lung. So in a moment, when your hands rise again, I'm going to invite you to pause with the hands above your head and about a foot apart. As you exhale, exhale down an invisible column. And at the bottom, flare wrists and elbows out and up as you inhale. And then exhale down and in, and then inhale up again. Every time you exhale down and inhale up, you'll notice my hands and your hands tracing the inside of two circles. This is called cleansing the lungs, Qigong. Visualization or metal bowls. And that's because in the ancient Asian literature, there are different elements. One of the elements is metal. And metal, for whatever reason, is associated with the lungs and with breathing. So we use that visualization. You imagine your hands have silken cloths on. In front of you are two Tibetan bowls, the singing bowls. So lovely. You're polishing the insides of these bowls as you exhale down, inhale and rise. Exhale down, inhale and rise. Flaring out to flaring in. Beautifully done. Now, coming up, when we drop again, I'm going to ask you to grasp that invisible ball again and drop down, scoop out, inhale up, exhale down that pail of water and resume digging in the garden. Beautifully done. Eyes follow hands, hands follow breath, breath follows mind. Well done. Now to finish up this series, this is an old favorite. It's from one of the earliest, if not the earliest, Tai Chi and Qigong routines called the Five Animal Frolics, dating back literally thousands of years ago. The animal we like to finish up with is the big strong one, the tiger. So when your hands drop again, invite to make big, hungry tiger claws. Exhale down, grasp the earth. Inhale to your heart. When you exhale again, grasp the sky. Inhale to your heart. When you exhale again, grasp the earth. Inhale to the heart. When you exhale, grasp the sky. Inhale to the heart and continue. This is the tiger. Feel the power in your claws, grasping the sky and grasping the earth. Notice you're always inhaling to your heart. Tiger, the most powerful animal. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. And exhale up. Gather at the heart. Beautifully done. Now, in a moment, when your hands rise again, once again, I'm going to ask you to grasp that invisible ball and dig in the garden. Exhale down, scoop forward, inhale up, and continue digging in the garden. Now, you'll notice when your hands rise, you're almost in that hugging the tree pose. So that's where we'll finish up. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to hold that pose at heart height, with eyes closed if you can tolerate it. So when you feel ready, stand, like, tree, with long neck and light head floating up. Our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt down. As our spine, our string of pearls, stretches between them. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm rooted stance, light, mighty oak. Our three dantian, our energy centers, rest peacefully on one another, as if we carefully gather, stacked in balance, three smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, feel the echoes of the chi we stir. We see the dance we just completed in our mind's eye, digging in the garden, through gathering the chi and embracing yin and yang, from the Shaolin bucket hole, through cleansing the lungs, from cleansing the lungs right into the tiger. We see it, we feel it. With eyes closed, we experience it. And if eyes are still closed, we invite the hands to do the final journey downward. The thumbs crossing once again, resuming on the belly, as we extend every exhale through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw. We resume blowing on the embers, the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body. As we do, the embers respond, and with Each extended exhale and each deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and outward, and we finish up by blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, the third eye center, the part of us that put on this beautiful inward show. Silken chi energy fill our inner galaxy as we blow on the embers of all three cauldrons. The light grows to the brightest yet. It spills beyond our inner galaxy and bathes the space around us. It spills beyond the space around us and it fills the world around us. It fills beyond the world around us and it bathes life itself. Light, warm, silken, chi energy. May your body stay strong. May your heart stay calm. May your mind stay sharp. May your spirit stay free. Dao Qi Dao, which means where mind goes, Qi follows. Where your intention goes, energy flows. Choose carefully. Your eyes are closed. Enjoy it a moment longer as your hands float to your side. Inviting the eyes to gently, slowly flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. We step back into the center of our little boat. Slowly and deliberately inhale our hands up and inch apart. Just as slowly, just as deliberately exhaling down our center line, centering the chi one final time as promised. So the hand on this side of the screen or room makes the fist. The hand on this side covers it. Together, we take a deep breath into straight. Slowly exhale and bow to one another. And you give yourselves the round of applause you deserve for being the light made in the world today.